Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday conversation. This is Erica from In the Company of Cards. And today I'm joined by an old friend. She's not old. I'm old. She's not old. But we've known each other a long time since I came into this work. So this is my friend, Emilie Muniz. I call her Emmy because, that's what we called her back in the day. But she has a new deck that I think is really lovely. And I wanted to show it to you and talk to her about this deck and about Lenormand and comparing Lenormand to tarot, etc. And then Emmy's agreed to do a few readings. And for once,
Yeah.
on political stuff, but it'll be on your personal questions. So, hi, Emmy. Welcome.
Hi.
Good to see you. Congratulations on the deck.
Thank you.
Let me just hold it up so everybody can see. It's called the Simplicity. I'm trying to get it in the thing. Simplicity Lenormand. And a lot of you might really like it because it is what it says it is. The images are simple. I had it all mixed up because I was using it. So that's the fox, for example. So you see the name, you see the number, and she also has a keyword on the bottom of each deck, which is why this would be a good, as we call them, learning deck. So if you want to learn Lenormand, and you sort of need a little cheat sheet of a keyword right on the card, she's got that. And then there's a very substantial, Emmy, I thought, book that goes with it. Cute, small, but
Thick.
I mean, yeah, thick.
Thick.
So I think it's great. So let me read Emmy's bio, and then Emmy, then we can talk. So Emilie Muniz is a tarot reader, deck creator, and teacher born in New York City, because you'll be able to tell that from her accent. With,
I
with
can't hear it though.
they'll hear it. With over 2 decades of experience in the mystical arts. She's passionate about making tarot and Lenormand easy to learn and powerful to use, teaching in a fun, down-to-earth style that helps others trust their intuition and read with clarity. Emily's the creator of Simplicity Tarot, Simplicity Lenormand, and the upcoming Fox Crystal Tarot, which blends crystal energy with animal wisdom. Her mission is to make divination approachable, empowering, and real for everyone. And you can reach her at tarotbyemily.com, or you can follow her at Emilie Muniz Tarot. And I'll put that in show notes so that you know. So you and I share the same philosophy about these systems, which is that, we don't believe in gatekeeping. There are people who will read for you, and if you say, how did you get that? They'll say, well, that's for me to know and for you to pay me to tell you. But, we both have the same philosophy that these systems should be accessible to everyone. They are gifts from the universe, So tell me how you got interested in Lenormand.
Oh, well, of course, I was into tarot first.
Right? As were we all.
Right, but about 10 years ago it started getting really hot with Lenormand, right? Everybody was into it. It was the new thing. Rana George was presenting it. Um, it was really into the Facebook groups and stuff. Everyone was trying to learn. And I was like, oh my God, this is a fascinating system. They give us the specifics, what tarot doesn't give us.
Mhm.
And I read for a lot of people, and that's what people are asking, like the specific information about things. And it was easy. I didn't have to like do a long study about it, like tarot. And I got it quickly, but of course it was Rana George.
Mhm.
She was the one that presenting it, teaching everyone. And it was like the hot thing. And I just gravitated to her and I just started learning. It was really that simple. It don't have to be some magical thing, It's like I just wanted to learn about it. And I
Mhm.
saw that it was simple. It reminded me of playing cards and I was attracted to it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, when I first got into it, it was before Rana, and there was a book by Sylvie Steinbach, and it was
Mm-hmm.
called Secrets of the Lenormand. And,
Mm-hmm.
small book like mine, really helpful. The only book out in English at the time.
Ooh.
And she cross-referenced every card with every other card, and I, so it was really the first one out there, and I thought it was terrific. But yeah, there are now, we've got Rana's work, we've got my book,
A
Sylvie's book
lot.
is still out, and we also have, if you really get into Lenormand, there's a book that I call encyclopedic. And it's meant as not an insult at all, as a compliment. If you really want to get into the weeds of Lenormand, Kathleen Matthews has a wonderful book out that's been out for a while. That's very, very good on Lenormand. And as I've told my audience, there are some beautiful decks out there. I mostly use mine, of course. I used a different one at Christmas that was sort of Christmas themed.
Oh.
But there are lots and lots of gorgeous decks out there. And what I like again about yours is that for people who are just getting into it and might be, intimidated by imagery or whatever, yours is simple. There's the man card, simple,
Yes.
and you've got the key word there.
Yes.
So coffin doesn't say coffin on the card. It says ending, and that's one of the key words for the coffin. I'm sure mice. A key word is worry, but in your book, of course, you go through many more of the cards and their meanings.
And
So
yeah, and some combinations, some time
right,
frames. I gave you a little bit of everything to get your foot wet so you could do it confidently, on
right,
your own.
right.
Yes.
Now I noticed that you also have 3 cards. Yes,
Yes.
no, maybe. Can you tell us about why you included those?
Yeah, that's my little Easter egg to myself. I think with all my decks, I always include something extra. That's just how I
Mhm,
like to deck create. But I was always into like the Magic 8 Ball.
mhm, mhm.
Like I feel like it was my fortune telling thing. So I was like, a tribute to the Magic 8 Ball fortune telling, my first fortune telling tool. I'm going to include these cards.
Good.
And in the book, I show you how to combine it with the other cards to do,
Mhm.
readings with them. So yeah, it's kind of fun. And
Yeah,
I
those
think
are
also
cute.
people, we were talking about answering questions, right?
Mhm,
Um, so some people ask a lot yes and no questions. So I'm like, what great cards to include, when someone comes out with a question like that. And if you see it,
right.
oh, well, I guess this could happen, So you
Yeah,
could use it with the deck or you could use it just on it, on its
on its
own.
own. Yes, no, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things that you kind of alluded to earlier is the difference in tarot and Lenormand. So tarot, I'm sure a lot of people know, is a very involved system. Certainly, you can read it intuitively, or you can
Hmm.
study all the symbology. It is psychological, it is philosophical, it is astrological. It's
Everything.
uh, all icals, astrological, philosophical, religical, all of it. Um,
Healing and all kinds of
yeah,
stuff.
all of that. And and you can do a full reading with a single card even.
Yes.
Lenormand is, as people know from what I do on YouTube here, um, it cuts right to the chase. I think it can ask those deep questions as well, but it's a different language, right? It's a word language as opposed to an imagistic kind of a
Oh,
language.
I
And
like that. I'm going to use
yeah,
that.
and it's direct, it's to the point, but it is as capable of asking, of helping you figure out what your next career move is, or your next step in life. It's as good at that as it is at finding your lost keys. So, because it is simple, that doesn't mean that it is simplistic, which a lot of times people think, oh, it's so basic. No, it's actually, it can be basic, because sometimes we have those kinds of questions, right? But it can also be a lot deeper than that. So I see that we have a lot of people here with a lot of
Just
questions. So let
one
me to the
One
beginning.
thing I wanted to add with that,
Yes.
so one of the reasons why I created, Simplicity Lenormand and I got Simplicity Tarot too is because people were like, what the F is Lenormand? And once I said, oh, it's a fortune telling deck, they just wrote it off because they're like, fortune telling, still it was kind of a taboo, like it can't be accurate.
Hmm.
Right? Oh,
Hmm.
but tarot is accurate. And I'm like, no, it's completely accurate. Well, it's accurate too. And it just cuts to the chase.
Right.
Lenormand is accurate as well. It's like just another tool of divination. So I
Right.
was like, I have to show them. I have to show them. So yeah, that's just another thing, that I saw. Like people just read it off. Like it's nothing. It's fake, it's a toy compared to
Well, I've had
tarot. And
people
that's
say
not
things like,
true.
"Oh, what do they say? Oh, Lenormand, that's Tarot's little sister." I'm like, "No, it's just a different language," which is why my book's called The Language of Lenormand. It's a different language from tarot. And
Yeah.
all of these languages are beautiful and accessible. Um, you're not going to pick something up and immediately know how to use it, but it
Yeah.
is worth your time to spend some time with these systems. So I love what you've done. And I think that the viewers are going to love what you've done as well. And I thought that you doing some readings would be good because it's a way to see the deck in action.
Yeah.
And so I see there are a lot of questions. And I will say that, as a former teacher, um, well, I'm always a teacher. One of the things that I tend to teach people is how to ask good questions. And by good questions, I mean ask questions that the cards are able to answer. So here's our first question. And Eleanor, you're going to have to restate because the question was, can you tell me about my daughter? This question is way too broad. So if you have a specific concern about your daughter, specific question, then that's how you would ask that question. And I will tell you, I call that a third party question, right? Because it's not you, it's not me, it's this third party.
Hmm.
So I will always ask spirit to only show me what that third person would want me to know. You know what I mean?
What is
So,
that?
Eleanor, if you can be a little more specific, we will come back to you. Um, so Pegasus ID says that her granddaughter, is waiting for college admission acceptance. Harvard, that's my school, is on her list. Tulane offered her a full ride. Congratulations. Awaiting other decisions at the end of March. And the question just generally is, what can you tell me about my granddaughter's, uh, uh, how my granddaughter will do in her college admissions process? We already know uh, that she is into Tulane. Will she hear good news from other places?
So, what were you like awaiting till and so it's not really which school she's gonna get into because I'm reading the full question.
No, and she could get into multiple, but no, you don't have to do that. I think that's not a good question to ask. I think the
No,
question would be, how will she do, just in general? Will she be happy at the end of this process?
good one.
Good one, right?
She really switched it up. Okay, let's see with her Olivia. Olivia, Olivia. And there's no reverses in
That's right.
Lenormand.
No
I've
reversals.
seen some people doing it, but
I know. Why?
no,
Why? Why?
no,
No, I
no, there's no reverses. Just want to say that.
agree.
All right. You got the child.
Hmm.
Where's my camera?
Right there,
Right.
just yeah, right in front of you.
And the moon. Hold on, let me do one more. And the woman. Oh, this is pretty cool. All right, so
It is.
right. No, it was the child.
Child
The
moon.
moon. Okay. Sorry. So I feel like she is getting the moon in Lenormand. It's like recognition. It's love. For me, it's love too, right? Something that you're really heartfelt about. I feel like she is starting she's gonna get accepted in a place that she wants, but the fact that she's just out there and there's no other card, I feel like she's gonna keep her options open,
Hmm.
right? So
Hmm.
there is the process, she is going to get something that she really loves, but I feel like Olivia is like one of those like a go-getter. So she was like, I want more, right? So I
Hmm.
feel like with her, sky's the limit because she's still looking out to the abyss. So she's going to get something is that's really good. But I like her because I feel like intuitively it's like, okay, what's next?
Hmm.
Too.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
think that's a
It's
good
good.
answer in light of the question, because it's the reader or the viewer says that she got a full ride to Tulane, but
Hmm.
with that last card, the woman card there, she will get other offers. So that's why
Hmm.
she'll weigh her options. She will have options to weigh, is the point, which is great. So
And I like,
congratulations in
yeah,
advance to her.
I like that they're literally in the back of her, like supporting her, that she has that to lean on, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, that's
that looks
cool.
good. That's very exciting.
Yes.
Okay,
Hmm.
here's another one. Giles Stephanie. Hello, everyone. I've been with my kid's dad for 16 years, simply asking, should I leave? So let me say, as the teacher here, um,
Stephanie?
this is Stephanie, yes, there is no should, right? When you ask the question using should, it's as though you're giving up your autonomy, your right to have any kind of decision in this. So maybe to rephrase it for you, Emmy, how will it be if I leave my kid's dad after 16 years? How will it be?
What is her name? I'm trying to Stephanie.
Stephanie Giles. Stephanie Giles.
So
How will it be if I leave my kid's dad after 16 years?
how will Stephanie be?
Hmm.
How would you feel? How will you like it? Okay, let's see. Anchor. We're already at a good start. Good
Hmm.
start. Garden. So anchor is about stability. Gardens like socialization. Oh, and the ship. Wait.
I know
Oh,
it looks
she's good.
backwards in the screen.
I know. I'm like, it's messing my dyslexic self
I know.
up. I'm like, oh, what's going on? It's like,
So you have
oh Lord.
anchor. What is it? What's
Oh
the
yeah,
second? Oh,
you need to
anchor,
leave.
garden, and ship.
Yeah, anchor, garden, and ship. Well, definitely is. I feel like you're gonna have a lot more of a stable life, right? If you move forward. I feel like you're gonna even feel like you're living, socializing, independent. Yeah, you should go. Well, I'm not gonna tell you what you should do,
But the
but I
card
feel like you will
says
be happy
go.
if you go, right? Independence, stability, security, socializing. I don't know. Just the fact that the garden comes out, maybe you're restricted right now. Maybe you confine. Maybe you don't, maybe you feel like you lost your sense of identity, socializing, you haven't been out for a while. But I even feel like you can start traveling too with the trip too, right? So I was like, go. Just
Yep.
the fact that the ship is here with the garden, I feel like it's just answering your question directly.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think it did, in fact.
It did. It was very
It
direct.
said
Just
go.
Lenormand. That's how
It
Lenormand
said go,
goes.
girl. What are you waiting for? Yeah, it said go. Yeah, journey forward
Okay,
to
here's
the
another one.
world.
What do the cards say about weight loss achieved by eating according to different moon phases? The energy of different moon phases. What is
How?
the,
That's such a cool question. Like, that's so cool.
yeah.
Okay, I was like, that's awesome. It's like Moonchild, stay wild. Ah, Health.
Health,
Tree.
perfect. Yep.
Yay. Message. Wait. Letter. Aw. It says yes.
What's that last one?
Stork.
Stork. Oh, positive
Yay.
change.
It's a
Okay.
positive change. I almost feel like you got this intuitively, ancestor. Maybe there's something even your ancestors did, and they sent you a message that you needed to do these changes, right? Such cool
I mean,
cards.
it's a little
Yes,
weird. It sounds weird, but the
but
cards are saying it could work.
it could work. It's a weird question anyway.
I know. I know.
Yes.
Good. Thank you. Rob Abbott says brightest blessings to all and bendiciones, Emily, luz y
Hey, Rob.
progreso. So that's sweet. Okay. Here's from
Maybe I should do this with these cards.
absolutely, absolutely. Uh, Evanora 5743 asks, what line of work should I go into in order to move forward in my life? Again, with the should. So a better question would be, let's say you had a couple of areas of interest, and then you might say something like, how would it be if I went into this versus how would it be if I went into that? Because to say, what line of work should I go into? The world is wide, and the world of work is as wide as the world. So it's very broad, but maybe, I mean, you can look and see what line of work would be good for this person to go into.
Let's just see what it says. What is her name?
Evanora.
Are we doing this random?
No, I'm just going down the line. I started at the top.
Evelyn, what line of work? This is gonna be cool. Let's see. And I want your feedback too,
Okay.
because in combinations we could get a lot of different ones. We get the clouds and the book.
Uh-huh. So you know what it tells me? It tells me it makes sense why they asked the question this way, because they really don't know.
Don't know. I was like, yeah, it sounds it's a word. It feels even confusing, you know? They're
Yeah.
just trying to get out of almost like trouble or a financial situation. I almost feel like the question should be, what should I look for next to work rather than the field? Like,
Oh, okay, Evanora, that's interesting advice. I hope you caught that. What she's saying is, uh, you want to move forward in your life. That's great. But if money is a thing, we do what we have to do so we can do what we want to do. Maybe just create a source of income while you spend time looking at this issue. Because with the moon, is that the moon there? Oh,
no,
clouds,
it's the clouds.
clouds, and the book. I mean, it says you really are not ready to make that decision.
Or or if it's being specific, with the book and the clouds, even I was gonna say people with mental problems and they need like clarity, psychology
Possibly.
and stuff like that too,
And
right?
and so if it's that, like if
But
you want
probably you
to,
need to study it.
yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. You're gonna have to go to school, more schooling
Yeah,
for that.
you're gonna
Yes.
have to go to schooling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to help people who are having, um, you know, emotional, psychological, mental issues, that's fine. That's a field, but then
Mhm.
you have to go into more schooling for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the clouds is like problems, issues with the mind and stuff. So that's where we got that information from.
Right.
And the book is information or
Right.
hidden things. So that's why we were like, oh, you probably need to study. What can mean studies?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one. This is from Sivia Knits. Sivia, I knit too. So here we go. Now, again, it's a should question. So we're going to rephrase it. Should I start my healing work as a business? How will it be if I turn my healing work into a business?
So she does healing for free?
I knew you were going to say
It's like, because you know me.
I do know you. That's why I
She
said,
was
let me
just
drink my
waiting. She was
coffee.
like,
Let me just drink my coffee and wait for her to say
that's why
that.
she drunk the coffee. She's like, "We'll do
Okay,
it." Anything.
Emmy, why don't you tell people your philosophy on this?
I think with spiritual work, any type of spiritual work, there's an exchange, right? So I feel like you have to charge something because it's gonna motivate you to keep going, right? Just the fact that you asking that question already tells me the answer,
Hmm.
right?
Right,
Yeah, and it takes time, it takes energy, all of that, especially your energy. And I feel like your time is really, really valuable,
right,
especially the education you put into that. So, yeah, charge your worth. Charge, though. Charge.
right. So
Yeah.
she doesn't even need to pull cards for that, Emmy. You don't need to pull because I mean the look on your face. Yes. Okay. So charge. Be sure that your skills warrant what you're charging, and yes, charge. Okay. Here's one from Donna. Will my cruise in April go well?
Okay, let's see how Donna's cruise in April. I like cruising. I love going on cruises. April cruise, Donna. I wonder if the ship card is going to come out. Let's just see.
Let's see.
Donna cruise, April. Oh, stork. Okay. Still, all right. Changing. Oh, peace. Okay. Lilies. And I'm going to do one more. The dog. Oh, old friends. You're going to make old friends. I think it's going to be a fabulous cruise or maybe a peaceful change for environment, right?
Yeah, it looks
Um,
very calm. Nice
calm,
change of environment.
friendly. Are you going with old friends? That would be cool if you were, because
And if you
I
don't,
think
if you're
so.
not going with old friends, you'll meet people that will
You
become
meet.
friends.
And maybe older people. So I
Mhm.
think it's going to be a very, very pleasant cruise, especially with we don't read one card, but the lilies is always something like peaceful,
Mhm.
good.
Yeah,
And
no
you got
drama. There won't be drama. Like nobody will
no
get thrown
drama.
overboard or anything.
And you see how the stork is like moving from dark to light. So I feel like you needed this for you. It's
Mhm.
literally a vacation. So it's gonna go great. Yes. Good job.
That's great. Okay, here's another one. This is from Alexis Stewart. Will my reseller business become my main stream of income? So they've
That's a
got
good
a
one.
business on the side that involves reselling. Will that become their main source of income?
What's her name?
Alexis.
Hmm. So, okay, I'm gonna just shuffle. Oh, the cards are falling out. I'm not gonna tell you which one, but I'm gonna reshuffle just to make sure. Will Alexis reseller business become her income? Let's see. Um, Anchor. So far, so good. Oh, the tower, though. See, the
Uh,
tower in Lenormand is not like in the tarot. It's more of like rules, protocols, regulations,
it
governments.
could be the business
Yes,
itself.
yes, it could be business. So let's not get scared. But the third card will tell us. And you got the woman. So there she goes looking out again. So I feel like it's your backup plan. You can, but you are going to find another source of main income. I feel like it's definitely there for you to lean on. I feel like it will be her primary one, but I also feel like in the future she's going to have another one.
And
All
is
right.
that because of where the woman is facing away or
Yes,
okay.
yes. It's of where she's facing. Sorry, mom, messed up with the camera.
I know.
She's still looking out for stuff that's better. But man, you got cards of stability, the anchor, and the tower, which is definitely a long-term main source of income for her, right?
Mhm.
And she got her back on it. So I feel like yes, but there's something much more. So I'm like, don't just limit yourself to that because there's probably something bigger that you're looking for, but that looks really
It looks good,
solid.
right? Yeah.
Solid, 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 strong. So definitely
Yep.
invest into that. Yeah. Wow.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jen Lily Rare Orchid. Okay. Do you see my husband's job being secure? Will he be able to retire from that within that same line of work? So, in other words, whatever my husband is doing now, will he be able to do that till retirement?
I wish I knew her husband's name. What's her name?
Yeah,
Jen?
Jen Lily Rare Orchid. We don't know her husband's name.
All right, let's see what I can pull. So you want to know if he's going to retire doing this.
Yeah.
That's the ship, dog, and heart. Yeah, he's so he's so loyal and committed. He's probably not going to go anywhere.
It
What do
sounds
you
like he
think?
likes what he's doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, his heart is into it until he retires and journey on. Wow, he's really committed. Like, oof. Yes, my
Good.
answer is yes, and a solid one. Yeah,
Definitely.
he actually likes it
Okay.
though.
Here's one from Mary G. Need a nudge regarding what direction to take to make my retirement years meaningful.
How do I answer that?
See, now, if I were reading this, what I would do is I would look for the lily and see what's around it, because lily is the card for retirement.
So I'm gonna just flip through the lily.
Yeah, I would do that. Or you could look for the moon, because that's identity. And when you retire, your identity does shift. Your friend group shifts, you may change your location. So your whole identity could change. So I would use one of those two cards as a focus card.
And let's see, we're flipping. I was like, I bet this is the last card. Still going, still going. There goes the lily. I almost feel like it's saying follow your heart. Look at the cards that's surrounding it.
So lily, and then
The man
the
and the
man
heart.
in the heart. Now, Mary, you're not a man, but the man card doesn't necessarily mean a man. It means it's that yang energy. Like if there's something that you've really been wanting to do, but held off because you were in a certain job, now would be the time to move into that thing with that yang forceful energy.
Especially with the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people choose their career for stability and they have like, oh, I always wanted to do this. Oh, I wish I had time to do this, right? It will make me feel complete. So I feel like now you have to do heart-centered things instead of, financial stuff. Oh, what
Mm-hmm.
beautiful cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Oh, okay.
Okay. That sounds interesting.
Yeah. Let I can't. I don't know. I'm going to pronounce it wrong. So sorry in advance. Oh no, I'm not. Letty Romo, Lettie, Letty Romo. It's just the whole thing was together. Letty Romo. Hello. Will my husband and I be able to resolve our immigration status? These are tough times.
You're welcome, Jen. He's surrounded by political issues at times that make me nervous. All right. So, give me the Lenny. What's
Letty, Lettie.
Lenny?
Letty, will my husband and I be able to resolve our immigration status?
Thank you, Kelly, for pre-ordering the deck. Awesome. Okay, book. Woman. Probably not. Information is not going to be what you want to hear. So the
Yeah,
book is about information. The female is you, and you're looking at no.
I mean, and you sometimes, as readers, we get questions that have answers that are difficult to share, difficult to hear. But the thing about reading, of course, is information is also power. So when you get an answer that like that, then it's good for you to say, okay, what are our contingency plans? What is the backup? Because readers can be right, readers can be wrong, but the cards are saying what they're saying. It's good to have a plan B. So I'm sorry that that's not the answer that you were hoping for, but it gives you, I hope, the push to create a plan B. This situation we're in, and you all know what I'm talking about, will not be forever. Just saying. So,
Yeah.
um, this is Grammy K99. My husband died in September. I'm very sorry to hear that. I'm a widow as well, so I get it. And I moved in with my daughter and her family. Is this the best for both of us? So he died in September. She moved in with her daughter and her family. Is this the best for both of us? It seems like it's one of those questions that
Yes.
you may have a sense already of the answer to, Grammy. You may already know. But I guess we could see what the cards say.
Yeah, because it feels like there's layers.
Yeah,
It's like you moved in with your daughter. You said the both of us. Let's just see what the cards say.
let's see
Let's
what the
see,
cards say.
right? Because it may be better for you, but not for her. Or her, but not for you, So it's like, let's just see. What's her name? Granny?
Grammy, Grammie, Grammy. Because I guess she's a grandma. She moved in with her daughter and her daughter's family.
Okay, let's see what it says. There's the woman. Now, I don't know which woman this is, but let's see.
Mm.
The Tower and the Crossroads. I almost feel like it's good for the moment, but then you got to keep it going. What other options? Well, I don't know which is the woman, but I feel like this is structure. I think it is probably good for the moment, right?
I agree.
I think that's probably you, Grandma. Structure, and maybe you need this in your life right now. Maybe she needs is good for the moment, but then you have the crossroads, like the decisions of, I think, finding other options,
I agree with that.
exploring
I
them.
think for the moment it's good, and that's great. But time passes, things change, and your life will not be what it became in September. I promise you. There is life after our loved ones pass. Okay, we'll do a couple more. Because I'm working you hard today. All
I've
right.
been doing readings since yesterday.
Right. That's just
I'm
a
a
couple.
machine. I don't even know. I'm just like intuitively,
I
I'm
know
already
you're in the
answering the
zone.
questions.
Yeah. Um, will my family experience a financial windfall this year? We have some investments we would like to be able to cash out. So it's not apparently one of those questions like, will I win the lottery? It's that we have made these investments. Will they pay off this year?
So it's not a windfall.
A
It's
windfall.
it's
Yeah,
more of a, will my investments really pay off question.
exactly. Exactly.
What is this person's name?
Star aligned.
Star Aligned. Ooh, I like the name Stars. Both of my daughters' names are Stars. So, okay. Let's see. Stars Aligned.
Stars aligned.
2026. Pay off big. That's the question. Go the letter. Stay this way. Scythe. Hold on. Scythe.
Mhm.
And the man. I'm not seeing. You said we though, right? She said we.
We,
Well, let me. I gotta draw another card for this. Hold
yeah.
on. I need to investigate. Oh, okay, okay, okay. It's the sun card. Well, I guess that's her husband, right? Um, it's a little conflicting because I feel like maybe the moves that he made, maybe he was like the one who made some big investments. Maybe it was things that was his idea, you understand? So the answer is yes with the sun card all the way at the end, but I feel like there's some cuts and some changes that's going to be made first before that happens. What do you think?
Well, I will say that I always remind people that the scythe is quite an ingenious farming implement. On the one
Mhm.
hand, yes, it cuts, but there's a curve in the blade.
Mhm.
So that card can either mean cuts or it can mean gathering in, reaping, bringing in.
Harvest.
Yes, harvest.
A
And so
harvest.
the sun, I think that you're not going to lose money. You will make money. Whether it's a windfall in this economy, who knows? But the cards are saying the investments will pay off.
Yeah, it's more like success rather than, the clover would be like, will be a windfall, like, oh,
Right.
shoot, we scored big next to the sun, right? Be like, yes, I got lucky. But I feel like it's still bright and successful, right? That's
Yeah.
what I see.
Yeah.
Especially some message, news. You're gonna get some type of paperwork that says that too. Yeah.
Somebody's asking me to repeat the name of what I called the Lenormand Encyclopedia. Her name is Kathleen Matthews, but Kathleen is not spelled the way you think. It's
See.
Caitlin, and her last name is Matthews, Matthews. So she wrote that very big tome on Lenormand. All right, we're going to
You're
do one
welcome.
more, and I'm scrolling. There's so many, of course. uh, uh,
These are fun. I haven't done like live readings for a long time, so
People say that you look Greek, but you're Puerto Rican, right?
I'm Puerto Rican.
Boricua.
Boricua.
Boricua. Um,
But
uh,
thank you.
uh, okay. Okay, here, this will be our last one. This is from Torp, Torp 42, Torp. I've been on the fence about moving to a retirement community. Will I make the move or stay where I am? Well, you're the
I was like,
decider.
wait a minute, what kind of trick question is
That's
this?
you are the decider of whether you will make the move or stay. I think the question is, how will it be if I move to a retirement community? That's the question.
Yes. Okay. Now, if you, all right. There's a lot of retirement questions. I'm like scrolling. Okay. I'm on the fence about retirement. It's what is this person's name? Is it the same question?
Torp. Torp.
Oh, moving to a retirement community, ranch or
Yeah.
duplex, maybe even a house. This guy got three options here. Will I make a move or stay where
Ranch,
I'm at?
yeah, but I think it's more, do they move to that community or not? I suspect that in that community, there are different kinds of housing options. So they just want to know, how will it be if they move to that community?
And then I think there's time frames to
Yeah.
consider. So let's just do
You know
2026
what? Wait,
specifically.
you bring up a good point. So after we look at this, I just want to talk briefly about that with you. Um, you might want to talk about timing, and because people do have those questions. So we'll talk about timing for a minute once we figure
Yeah,
out.
like it could be not a good idea to move this year in
Yeah,
2026, but maybe in
right,
2027, 28 might be even a better time for you to do and just chill where you at right now.
right.
All right, so let's just do 2026 because the question is about
Okay.
probably the present. And let's see. Yeah. And that's where we get to the specifics, right? Hone in really on the question with the time frame.
Mhm.
What will he experience if he moves to retirement? The fox, the mice. No, boy, stay. Yes, and then the child. So if you move in 2026, it says you experience, I feel like there's gonna be new worries for you, right? Being really uncomfortable. Um, the fox also indicates a kind of this work and research, things that you have to kind of put together, but it's next to the mice. So I feel like it's just gonna be all uphill, like craziness for you right now. I think things need to be a lot more organized, and maybe that's why you have a lot of questions about it. I feel like you have to take this with time as well. Really thoroughly investigate, do some research. Maybe not right
You know
now.
what? I'll tell you what. I made a big move a few years ago from where I was, and I was in New Jersey. I had lived there for a long time, and
Hmm.
my husband had died, my children had all left, and I thought, and I retired from my job, and I thought everything has changed except me living in this house with all these ghosts. Where should I go? And I drove myself crazy trying to figure it out until a good friend who was also a reader said, "You know what you need to do? Just forget about this. Just put it to the side, live your life." So I did. And then all of a sudden, very shortly after I made that decision and really sort of metabolized that decision, um, I met someone and knew instantly that I was going to move. And I moved across the country, sold my house, sold everything I owned, moved across the country, could not be happier.
Hmm.
I say that tort 42 to make the case that if you really don't know and you're back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, there's a reason. The universe is trying to tell you, chill, stop obsessing about it, live your life, and you will know if and when there is an exact right moment to make the move. And you'll say to yourself, oh my gosh, how did I not see this? Because it wasn't time for you to see it.
E-
So you're going back,
especially
yeah, with those,
especially with those these two cards, like the worry, anxiety, new worries, new problems. It's like
right,
if you looking for problems, you're gonna find it kind of situation.
exactly, exactly. So I want to remind you all that Emmy and I both do personal readings. If you go to Tarot by Emily,
Thank
Emilie.com,
you.
you will find her there. And also on the socials at Emilie Muniz Tarot. So that's how she can be reached. The book is the book. The deck is available through who's published your book, your deck?
U.S. Games.
U.S. Games. So that's an easy search. They could probably find it on Amazon, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So I think it's a really lovely, cute, friendly learner's deck. And if you're dipping your toe into Lenormand, I think it's a great deck to start off with and to gain confidence with. The book is very good. Again, it's small, but it's thick, so you will get a lot out of it. Remember, there's a key word on each card, which is really helpful. So, Emmy, thank you so much. Is there anything else
Thank
you want to
you.
tell
I
people?
I just want to say thank you. I saw a lot of people pre-ordered the deck, so gracias. Thank you all for pre-ordering the deck. Thank you. I
That's
appreciate
great.
it. Thank you for having me, Erica.
Good to have you. I haven't seen you
I
in a long
love you.
time, and it's always great to catch up with an old friend. So thank you
Yes.
so much for coming.
All right.
All
Have
right,
a happy
everybody, have
Sunday.
a great rest of your Sunday, and I will see everybody tomorrow. Take care.
Bye.